SMT Nation, we back. We got the Verizon Wireless, Verizon Wireline Q3 earnings 2022. It is quite the mixed bag, I think is the best way to characterize it. It's been a rough year for Verizon. No growth in the actual consumer base. Generally speaking, from a trend standpoint, it's more of the same. They've got a business approach that they're going to carry through. CEO Hans Vestberg has a plan. Meanwhile, AT&T grows, T-Mobile grows, big cable grows on the back of Verizon. Business and consumer churn is starting to spike. We've got price hikes, non-competitive rate plans. CEO Hans Vestberg continues to drive home the premium upsell, escalate current consumer base to move up to more premium plans, and that's not really changing, not from what I can tell. All right, so highlights for Verizon: 5 consecutive quarters. Verizon Wireless Business has added over 150,000 net adds. 40 million households are now covered with their fixed wireless access cellular home internet product. 30 million of those 40 million are able to connect to the 5G UW variation. Fios, a little bit of growth. Fixed wireless access with very good growth. The CapEx now at $15.8 billion year to date. That tells us that a majority of the spend has happened already. So with one more quarter left, most of the work has been done for the year. Also, $4.5 billion in C-band build thus far this year. That's a big chunk too. They spent, I think, almost $3 billion last year. That leaves just about $3 billion remaining of the $10 billion total CapEx. So for the year, we've got a $17.5 billion estimated CapEx. C-band is still kind of provided as its own independent CapEx. In terms of the wireless side of things, postpaid churn rate, a total churn of 1.17, the phone churn at 0.92, so that's well above the AT&T number. I think the total with business included, I think, is 1.10 for churn combined. Net adds for postpaid phone net adds was 8,000. That's quite cute. Fixed wireless access had net additions of 234,000. So that continues to be a bright spot for Verizon. That's a higher number than last quarter. This might be their best quarter ever, but remember, they've only been doing this for a few quarters. So we'll continue to track that as it grows. Business side, the revenue growth is a highlight, plus 360,000 net adds. So if you look at the growth, it's definitely not on the consumer side. Business is doing well. Fixed wireless access doing well. Consumer side, not so well. In terms of the business churn rate, total at 1.42, quite high for all those net adds. The postpaid or the business churn in terms of phones, retail phone was 1.10, and that seems pretty normal in my estimation. Prepaid wireless, so this would be the track phone total wireless business, which is how they're now reporting it, plus 39,000 net adds. In terms of broadband, they added 377,000 total customers. 342,000 of those customers fixed wireless access. This is huge, folks. This is a bright spot for them. It is doing very well. Plus 61,000 on Fios, and I think that's up from 36,000 year over year. Year over year. Financials, you have total revenue of $34.2 billion. That's at a plus 4% year over year. Net income is at $5 billion. That's down 23.3%. Street's probably not going to like that. That's probably going to hurt. The EBITDA also down 0.4% year over year. Free cash flow is down. It's at $12.4 billion year to date. And then I think they've increased their dividends, so investors might like that. In terms of the network, this is what we really care about, folks. They're on track for 200 million pops of C-band by Q1 2023. C-band usage is up 170% quarter over quarter. Majority of their tower sites are now on Verizon's native fiber. So we gave you the facts, we gave you all the numbers. Here's my takeaways. It looks like Verizon Business continues to be a strong performer for Verizon. It's really the strength of their business. Consumer, not really a strength of their business. They don't really talk about how they grow through big cable with those ads, and they shouldn't. It's not really, to be reported on these types of things. But they're not doing much in consumer outside of the fixed wireless access. That is absolutely a strength. They're doing quite well. The one thing I will say is financials don't look good. They might get massacred today by the street. A lot of the numbers, the free cash flow, the EBITDA, all that stuff is down. So I don't know how they're going to justify that to investors, that things are good financially. Hans is going to have to answer to those things. But in terms of business, they're doing well. So business is strong, fixed wireless access is strong. A lot of that stuff looks really good. They're just not doing anything when it comes to the consumer. And, I'd say probably the shining star is the network. It is going to be really, really good, folks. 200 million pops by Q1. I don't know if that's like middle of Q1, end of Q1, but AT&T is building incredibly fast, but so is Verizon. And a lot of people have been asking who's building the network faster, bigger, better. The answer is probably Verizon, just from a national scale, but AT&T is going to be right there. But folks, absolutely incredible. They're moving much faster than T-Mobile at any point during T-Mobile's expansion. And so AT&T is at a sick pace now. Anyways, we'll talk more about it tonight at the podcast, so stay tuned for that. And, we'll be doing that tonight. We'll do a deep dive into all of this. Comment down below on all of this. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notifications to never miss an upload. And we'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.